Here are the most recent deaths in the national news as reported at Legacy.com the second week of September 2023. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Basketball player Brandon Hunter died September 12, 2023 at the age of 42. He was a standout forward at Ohio University, where he remains the team's all-time leading rebounder. Hunter went on to a brief NBA career with the Boston Celtics and Orlando Magic before playing with several European basketball teams. A note to remember: sometimes personal information such as someone's cause of death is not announced immediately or publicly at all by their family or the authorities. Every family has a right to their privacy. Musician Charlie Robison died September 10, 2023 at a hospital in San Antonio. He died after suffering cardiac arrest at the age of 59. He had a country music hit in 2001 with I Want You Bad. Robison is also being remembered for songs like My Hometown, Barlight, and Poor Man's Son. Stand-up comedian Geechy Guy died September 7, 2023 at his home at the age of 59. Born Michael Paul Cathers, he was popular in Las Vegas nightclubs, known for his rapid-fire one-liners which he called joke grenades. Geechy Guy is being remembered for setting a Guinness World Record for the most jokes told in an hour, 676. Musician Richard Davis died September 6, 2023 in Madison, Wisconsin at the age of 93. He performed and recorded with jazz greats like Miles Davis, Eric Dolphy, and Sarah Vaughan. Davis is also being remembered for playing on such notable rock albums as Van Morrison's Astral Weeks and Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run. Literary translator Edith Grossman died September 4, 2023 at her home in New York City. She died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 87. She brought Spanish-language literature to English-speaking audiences with her translations of great works like Love in the Time of Cholera and Don Quixote. Grossman is being remembered as an advocate for the importance of good translation, including her insistence that her name be included on the cover of books she translated. Dr. Richard Moriarty died September 7, 2023 in Pittsburgh. He died of complications from surgery at the age of 83. The founder of the Pittsburgh Poison Center, he created the green Mr. Yuck symbol that is now widely used on poisonous substances to warn children away from them. Moriarty is being remembered for saving countless lives with his innovation. Professor Sir Ian Wilmut died September 10, 2023 of complications from Parkinson's disease at the age of 79. In 1996, he led the team of scientists in Scotland who created Dolly the sheep, the first ever cloned mammal. Wilmut is being remembered as a pioneer whose work inspired fellow scientists. Software developer Dennis Austin died September 1, 2023 at his home in Los Altos, California. He died of lung cancer that metastasized to the brain at the age of 76. He co-created PowerPoint, the slideshow software that's now widely used in business, schools, and beyond. Austin is being remembered for helping revolutionize the way information is shared. Author Sarah Young died August 31, 2023 at her home in Brentwood, Tennessee. She died of leukemia at the age of 77. She wrote the daily devotional Jesus Calling, which, along with several sequels, became a bestseller. Young is being remembered for her unusual approach to devotionals, writing Jesus Calling from the point of view of Jesus himself. Fashion designer Marc Bohan died September 6, 2023, in Burgundy, France, at the age of 97. He was the creative director for Christian Dior for 30 years, longer than founder Dior himself. Bohan is being remembered for the simple, elegant lines of his creations, worn by celebrities like Elizabeth Taylor and Grace Kelly. Dr. Ferid Murad died September 4, 2023, at his home in Menlo Park, California, at the age of 86. He won the 1998 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for his research into how nitric oxide treats heart disease. Murad is being remembered for the medical innovations his work made possible. Actress Jean Boht died September 12, 2023, at a retirement home in London. She died after suffering vascular dementia and Alzheimer's disease at the age of 91. She was best known for starring on the 80s British sitcom Bread as matriarch Nellie Boswell. Boht is also being remembered for her roles in such TV shows as Boys from the Black Stuff and Softly Softly. Football player Mike Williams died September 12, 2023, in Tampa, Florida. He died after a construction accident at the age of 36. He was a wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, setting a franchise record in his rookie year with 11 touchdowns. Williams is also being remembered for playing his final season with his hometown Buffalo Bills. Musician Curtis Fowlkes died August 31, 2023, in New York City. He died of congestive heart failure at the age of 73. He was a trombonist with the Jazz Passengers, known for their avant-garde sound. Fowlkes is also being remembered as a session musician who recorded with rock musicians like Lou Reed, Elvis Costello, and Deborah Harry of Blondie. Musician Mylon LeFevre died September 8, 2023, of cancer at the age of 78. He was best known for his Christian rock, both as a solo artist and as the leader of Mylon and Broken Heart. LeFevre is also being remembered for writing Without Him, a gospel song recorded by Elvis Presley on his Grammy-winning album How Great Thou Art. Musician Len Chandler died August 28, 2023, in San Pedro, California. He died after suffering several strokes at the age of 88. He was a folk singer known for his topical songs on stories of the day in the 1960s and beyond. Chandler is being remembered for his song Beans in My Ears, recorded by the Serendipity Singers and Pete Seeger, which was banned in some areas after doctors said it was encouraging children to put actual beans in their ears. Football coach Roy Kidd died September 12, 2023, at the age of 91. He was the head football coach at Eastern Kentucky University for almost 40 years. His 314 career victories made him one of the winningest coaches in NCAA history. Kidd is being remembered for leading the Colonels to 2 national championships. Bodybuilder Lisa Lyon died September 8, 2023, in the San Fernando Valley, California. She died of stomach cancer at the age of 70. She was a pioneer of female bodybuilding, and she helped inspire more women to lift weights. Lyon is being remembered as the inspiration and real-life model for the Marvel Comics character Elektra. More than 2,900 people were killed in an earthquake in Morocco near Marrakesh on September 8, 2023. At least 8,000 people have died, and many thousands more are missing in Libya after Mediterranean storm Daniel caused severe flooding and 2 dams broke, creating further devastation. In addition to featuring current deaths in the news, Legacy.com also honors the lives and legacies of notable people who died in the past. Here are some of this week's anniversaries. 3 years ago this week, actress Dame Diana Rigg died at the age of 82. She was an icon of the swinging 60s when she starred as Emma Peel in the TV show The Avengers. 20 years ago this week, musician Johnny Cash died at the age of 71. He was one of the great stars of country music thanks to enduring hits like I Walk the Line and Folsom Prison Blues. 20 years ago this week, actor John Ritter died at the age of 54. His great comic timing made him a sitcom legend in Three's Company, Hearts of Fire, and 8 Simple Rules. 27 years ago this week, rapper and actor Tupac Shakur died at the age of 25. With songs like California Love and Dear Mama, he was a profound influence on the development of rap. 41 years ago this week, actress and princess Grace Kelly died at the age of 52. She starred in movies like High Noon and Rear Window before leaving Hollywood to marry Prince Rainier III of Monaco. Actress Wendy Jo Sperber was born 65 years ago this week. She died in 2005 at the age of 47. She was known for such movies and TV shows as Back to the Future and Bosom Buddies. Actress and singer Nell Carter was born 75 years ago this week. She died in 2003 at the age of 54. She made her movie debut in the musical Hair and became a TV sitcom star on Gimme a Break. Singer and songwriter Otis Redding was born 82 years ago this week. He died in 1967 at the age of 26. He was called the King of Soul for enduring hits like Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay and Try a Little Tenderness. Actor Cliff Robertson was born 100 years ago this week. He died in 2011, 12 years ago this week, at the age of 88. He won an Academy Award for his starring performance in Charlie. Track star Jesse Owens was born 110 years ago this week. He died in 1980 at the age of 66. He destroyed Nazi notions of white superiority when he won 4 gold medals at the 1936 Olympics in Berlin. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags across the United States have been lowered in observance of Patriot Day, when we remember the lives lost on September 11, 2001. Flags in Mississippi have been lowered to honor the memory of Officer Michael Elaine Mike Griffin, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Florida have been lowered to honor the memory of Jimmy Buffett. Flags in Michigan have been lowered to honor the memory of Detroit Police Sergeant Shannon Wright. Flags in Illinois have been lowered to honor the memory of Emergency Medical Technician Connor Mandeville-Rakers of the Leroy Emergency Ambulance Service and Lieutenant and Emergency Medical Technician Kevin P. Ward of the Chicago Fire Department. Flags in New Jersey have been lowered to honor the memory of State Board of Public Utilities President Joseph L. Fiordaliso. Flags in Connecticut have been lowered to honor the memory of Hartford police officer Bobby Garton, who died in the line of duty. Flags in South Carolina have been lowered in honor of POW MIA Recognition Day. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.